Which of the following is the precursor of platelets? And we remember that platelets are the type of cells that help with blood clotting. So they help with clotting. In your blood, you have your red blood cells, your white blood cells, your platelets, your plasma. So platelets, that's what they do. And the precursor, you might note the prefix pre, so beginning. So when you have your cells, they start off as like a basic type of cell, and then it's derived into different types of cells as it further transitions. So precursor would have to do with an earlier stage of a cell, and we want to know which type of cell that is before it becomes a platelet. So what would be the name of this precursor or this cell before we get to the platelet cell? So looking at these choices, we could see which ones that we could eliminate based on knowing if they are actually a different type of cell. So if we look at option A, this is leukocytes. Leukocytes are another word for white blood cells. And we know that in our blood, we have our red blood cells, our white blood cells, our platelets, our plasma. So the white blood cells are separate from the platelets. So the way it works with the cells, white blood cells don't derive into platelets. They're in a separate line when we have our cells deriving. So we could eliminate leukocytes because that is separate from platelets. Same thing with osteocytes. These are bone cells, so they'd be formed by osteoblasts, which help to make these types of cells. So different from platelets, it wouldn't be a precursor to a platelet, so we could eliminate option B. Option C is a macrophage, and we know that macrophages are tissue monocytes. They're involved in cell-mediated immunity, so it's a different type of cell. They have a different role than a platelet. This would not be a precursor before a platelet cell is formed, so we could eliminate option C. And then that leaves us with option D, megakaryocytes, which is in fact the precursor to a platelet. So we could go with option D as our correct answer here.